Hi, I'm Brad Wild from the Go Wild team at RE/MAX. So the March numbers are in, and this is what's going on in the Guelph real estate market. If we look at this month, we had 180 sales in the month of March. Now that's down 34% from the 272 sales that we had in March last year. However, looking on the positive side, we are up 25% from February. So we are seeing an increasing number of sales, still not the crazy numbers that we saw last year though. Looking at the number of active listings on the market, we've got 310 active listings currently on the market in the city of Guelph. Now this is up 67% from the 186 listings that we had this time last year. So quite a big increase. But remember, last year we were in a really abnormal market where literally every house you put on the market sold within 7 days. So we never built up inventory. 310 listings is a really normal inventory for us to have in Guelph, and it's definitely not an abundance of listings at all. Now, looking at number of new listings that hit the market, this month we had 263 new listings hit the market. So it's down about 18% from the 320 active listings or new listings we saw come onto the market last March. Again, this is fairly normal. Last year we had such a crazy market for the first quarter that we saw so many people rushing to get their house on the market to take advantage of all the bidding wars that we were getting. And we had lots of people who weren't necessarily serious sellers last year, just throwing their houses out on the market to see if they could get a crazy high price. So this is a normal amount of new listings for us to see in this type of market that we're in this year. Now, looking at the average sale price in Guelph, so this is for all housing types, we had an average sale price of $505,000. Now, that is down 10% from the average sale price that we had in Guelph of $563,000 last year. But the number is slightly skewed. What we're seeing this year is we've noticed that there's a lot more lower end properties selling than we had last year. A lot higher percentage of the properties are under that $500,000 mark, and that's pulling down our average sale price. If we look at the average sale price per square foot compared to last year, so really comparing more apples to apples, we're actually up 4%. So it's not as bad as what this number makes it look like. Now, looking at detached houses, so diving into more detail and looking at different property types. Detached houses had an average sale price of $584,000 this month. So it is down 7% from the $630,000 that we saw in March of last year. Again, probably a combination of both lower end houses selling, so lower priced detached houses, a higher volume of them selling right now. And then we are still catching up to last year's peak numbers. We aren't quite at the March and April numbers where our market peaked last year. Now, looking at attached houses, so they had an average sale price of $453,000 this month, and that was down 1% from the $457,000 that we had last year. So they've remained relatively flat. And actually looking at a positive side, they're up 7% from February, so from last month. So we are seeing attached houses perform really well right now in our market. Looking at condo style apartments, so they had an average sale price this month of $338,000, which is down 10% from the $374,000 that we had March last year. Actually, the condo market in Guelph right now is performing very well, and they definitely aren't down 10% per square foot. What we're seeing is last year in March we saw a lot more higher end condos sell than what we saw this March. So it's pulled down the average a bit, but our condo market right now is very active, especially the lower end condos priced under the $300,000. They're trading very, very well right now. Looking at our average list to sale price ratio, so houses on average are selling for 99.5% of asking, so very close to full ask. So that's a great list to sale price ratio. And then we look at the amount of houses that are selling over asking and going to multiple offers. We've got 35% of the houses selling above list price, which is really good. Now looking at that in more detail, the majority of the houses that are selling over asking, actually 70% of them, are listed under $500,000. So again, just showing that our $500,000 and under price point right now, our lower end market, is doing very, very well. Looking at months of inventory, we actually dropped this month compared to last month. We've got 1.72 months of inventory on the market, which puts us in a really strong seller's market. Anything under 5 months of inventory is considered a seller's market, where we should see prices continue to go up. Now, if we want to look at different price points and months of inventory in Guelph, which is really important because it tells the true story of what's going on in our market. Houses listed under 500,000, right now we have 1 month of inventory on the market. So an extremely strong seller's market. And that's why the majority of the multiple offers are happening in that price point. Now when we go between $500,000 and $750,000, we've got about 2 months of inventory on the market. So still a strong seller's market. And then between that $750,000 and $1 million, we've got 3 months of inventory on the market. Again, still seller's market, but we're getting a little closer to a balanced market. And then when you go to our luxury market in the city of Guelph, so over $1 million, we're actually 15 months of inventory on the market. So switches from a seller's market to all of a sudden a very strong buyer's market. So if someone's looking to upsize right now, it's a great opportunity. You can sell your house in the lower price point where it's really a hot market, and buy in a less competitive price point where you've got more of a higher selection. So it's a good opportunity for upsizers. People looking to downsize, so someone who's looking to buy a lower priced house than what they're selling, you are definitely smarter to sell first and buy second in the current market. All in all, when we look at the market as a whole, we're in a really good market. Right now we're seeing houses sell for almost 100% of asking. They're selling on average within 19 days. We're seeing prices continue to go up month over month. So it's overall very good, very healthy, and a much more stable market. The one thing that we do have to take into consideration is that the number of sales are down, and they've been down now around 30% for each month this year. So what that means is not everything is selling. So if you're looking to put your house on the market this year, you have to make sure that you've got the appropriate action plan set out, that you're coming out at the right price, and that you've got a realtor who's got the skills and the ability to get your house sold. This is not the market where you want to list with Joe Blow down the street who's going to do it for 3/5 of the commission, and you can expect for your house to sell. You need a really trained professional in this market. If you have any questions about the Guelph real estate market, please comment below and we'd be happy to answer them for you. Thanks and have a great day.